Wine switched on the other side after a sudden slap on the cheek. She was confused. Her cheek became hot and it was paining. She looked at the man who stood in front of her with her hand on the cheek, and the man was sitting with anger. Her head is spinning and eyes are sparkling due to tears. Her body is swaying, she said blithely. Taehyung's anger grew even more. He immediately pinned Wine against the back wall. Wine curled in fear and looked at him. He did it and said, fuming in anger, with that, Taehyung punched the wall hard. Wine closed her eyes in fear as Taehyung leaned over her face again and blinked her eyes open. He clenched his jaw again and said, with that, Taehyung left the room aggressively and Wine stared at him dumbfounded. Wine and Taehyung came to a business party. They enjoyed being the main attraction of the party, holding each other's hand. Taehyung first performed the duties of a responsible husband, introduced Wine to all the business partners, and they greeted her very nicely. Then Mrs. Jung also wanted to talk to Taehyung about the upcoming business project, so Taehyung took Wine to the VIP section and set her there. He told her, there was worries and love hidden in Taehyung's words, but his coldness didn't reveal it. All this was covered by his cold tone. In response to his all the words, Wine just nodded honest. Taehyung lived on one side. J.H.F. told his wife. Her smiling, happy face disappeared. She looked at him and disappeared. Mrs. Jung didn't say anything else either. She left. Taehyung nodded his head and looked at Wine once before the leave. Mrs. Jung filmed and sat next to Wine. Wine smiled hearing her say that they love each other very much, which is visible in her eyes. They're discussing a matter very seriously. Suddenly J.H.F.'s phone rang. He checked and saw that it was his wife's number. He was a little annoyed. They just come here right now. Why should she has to call now? Taehyung understood that, so he said, as soon as J.H.F. answered the phone, Mrs. Jung's restless voice came from the other side. Hearing that, J.H.F. also got a little bit worried and asked her. No one was ready to hear the answer that came from the other side. Mrs. Jung is crying with her hands on her face. Within 5 minutes, Taehyung, J.H.F. and Jungkook arrived there. Taehyung stepped forward and said to Mrs. Jung in a restless and slightly angry voice, Taehyung grabbed his hair in frustration. Just let him get that girl. He will definitely get her. Where did she go and where to search for her? J.H.F. said from behind. They went in different directions. Taehyung's head is bursting with anger. His chest feels empty. Meanwhile, a man is trying to take Wine into a room forcefully, but Wine is slapping and punching him. Wine isn't in her sense. Her eyes are getting bloody, body is swaying, and the head is spinning as well as the surroundings. She seems to have no control over her body. Wine is losing control over herself. The man opened the door to the room, and just as he was about to take Wine in, something hit his left shoulder with a thud loud. The man jerked off Wine's side and fell back, but before Wine fell down, Taehyung grabbed her left arm and pulled her to his chest. The man is bleeding profusely from the gunshot wound. Jungkook and J.H.F. already arrived there. They ran and cuffed the man as he tried to run away. That's Taehyung remembered about wine. So much worry, so much fear, all for wine's sake. Taehyung looked down at his chest where wine was lying like a kitten, dryness in her face. Immediately Taehyung's watery eyes calmed down, the shivering body became warm as his spirit returned to the body. A sigh of relief came out of his chest, and he kissed on her head once but a charm. Taehyung scooped wine in his arms and went downstairs. The people at the party gathered in fear at the sounds of gunshots. Taehyung ignored them and left the party with wine in his arms. Upon entering the house, Taehyung asked a maid to bring a glass of lemon juice to his room. Taehyung came into the room and put wine on the bed. Now another drama started. Wine is drunkenly making a mess with Taehyung. Taehyung is already angry at wine because of her stupidity. Now it's new drama. He somehow controlled himself and said to wine. Suddenly wine looked at Taehyung and giggled. He frowned and looked at wine. Taehyung closed his eyes and tried to keep himself calm as every word wine said made him angry at the moment. He regretted his state and said, One smiling face turned blank. She looked at Taehyung with a pretty baby face and said, When extended her hands to Taehyung, meanwhile Taehyung's anger continues to grow. He made a last effort to control himself and said, When again puffed her lips and said in a crying voice, A maid came in a minute after Taehyung left the room and placed a glass of lemon juice on the nightstand. Taehyung walked in and sat on the bed. He gestured wine to come to him. With both hands on the both cheeks, she also owed to him like an obedient girl will.